Welcome to the 259th episode of News Dump, where we run through the hottest topics in the Lewis County news scene and discuss. I'm local man Aaron VanTuyl, joined as always by Chronicle executive editor Eric Schwartz, and we're joined in spirit by sponsors Summit Funding, Shayla's Outfitters, and the Roof Doctor. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm fine.
We survived the flood.
We did survive.
Great flood of 2025.
So far.
So far.
Yeah, there's still a lot of flooding left on the scoreboard. You see?
Yeah, looking locally, I mean, Randall might get there again, but otherwise, things are pretty safe.
Well, surely it won't rain again.
No, it is going to rain, and the rivers will come up.
Flood season's damn near over. It's December 16th.
Up north, though, they got lots of problems up there. I was telling you, it's kind of interesting to hear them discover some of the same things that we down here have known about floods for quite some time.
Yeah, it is.
Just in terms of the bureaucracy and rules and, the follow-up, the recovery, all of that stuff.
There was a town hall meeting in Burlington last night that I heard was pretty testy as far as people going in on their municipal leaders.
Because of the flooding?
Not one coat factory. Yes, because of the flooding. They were not impressed.
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody really likes it.
No, but they were like, well, I don't know.
Why did it rain so hard?
Why did the water go here? And they're like, well, what do you want me to tell you? Anyway, preambles, the lighted tractor parade happened, and you missed it.
I didn't miss it. Some would say I experienced it in a more richer fashion than most just through Ridley Hudson's photographs of the event. Our photo editor, her photos were fantastic.
They are very good.
I told her that they were the best parade photos that this newspaper has published since its first edition in 1889.
They're pretty good photos.
They were really good. They were really good. Otto Robbie, our other photographer, also took photos of the events. We got a full take from both of them up there.
She's even got pictures of the corgi that walked in the parade, up close and personal.
She had 67 total photos filed at the end of the night, which I heard was a popular theme within the parade, that being 6'7".
Yeah.
Listeners can't see me, but I'm doing it.
I wish you'd stop. It's not necessary.
Doing it aggressively towards Aaron right now.
But yeah, it was a pretty good parade. I observed from the Chronicle conference room.
Great.
Had a nice time.
Did you at least have like a window to open, or did you didn't get to listen to it?
The window's open up there.
I see.
I don't know if you knew that. Maybe you should spend more time in the conference room.
Watching parades on the weekends?
Maybe you should spend more time collaborating and less time in your, gilded office lording over your reporters.
My office is not gilded.
It's covered in gold. It's gems.
It is not.
Leather-bound books.
Oh, there's some leather-bound books in there. My doll collection's in there, along with my President Obama Chia pet that someone gave me. I don't remember who.
Yeah, you've got your favorite editions of the Chronicle from the past with slurs on the headline?
No, I don't have any of those.
The World War II, certain countries surrendered.
Those were Chronicle different times, sir. Different times.
The other item I thought we should discuss, the Chronicle Thanksgiving coloring contest. The winners were published. The screenshot I've got only has 3 or 4 of them on here. Congrats to Lucy, 15, who won first prize.
Before you pervert this conversation, let me just say that this was a great coloring contest idea by our CEO, Corley Taylor. There's plenty of other coloring contests for Christmas, different things. Not much for Thanksgiving. So she decided to do it. And we got dozens, maybe hundreds of responses from people. The wall out here was just covered in the great turkey art of the greater Lewis County area.
Third place, Audrey, age 13. And then fifth place, Sean, age 45. Congratulations, Sean, and your Captain America themed turkey. I wonder whom that could be. Curious.
Why do you begrudge this turkey drawing just because it's patriotic?
That gives you a hint as to which Sean this could possibly be.
Who are you implying? Who are you implying?
Taking opportunities for awards away from deserving teenagers.
For the non-prize winning number 5th place award. They didn't get anything.
Maybe he tied for 5th place. Who knows?
5th place didn't get anything. Only first, second, and third got stuff. I think the 4th place was by a man in his 70s, if I'm not mistaken.
I gotta be honest.
You're not dragging that turkey under the bus right now just because this one happened to be colored by Commissioner Sean Swope.
It looks like it was done with AI too.
Oh my gosh, you're accusing his colorings of being AI now? You've jumped the AI accusation shark.
You
really have.
This is This is what our elected officials are doing.
We can't even have a coloring contest around here without you making it political.
I said nothing.
Please
political.
tell us how this coloring contest relates to the strikes in the Pacific Ocean, Aaron.
I said absolutely.
Make it make sense.
I said absolutely nothing political about this. If any elected official had entered a coloring contest for children,
is this the Chronicle lurching further from democracy yet again?
Yes, this is more fake news pushed by your newspaper, sir.
It was a fun contest.
No, I think it was a fun contest.
Are you going to sit here and tell me with a straight face that patriotic turkey, that the coloring isn't well within the lines? There's great detail.
No, the turkey looks great. I'll give him that.
It's a good turkey.
Yeah.
You'd probably like that turkey a lot more if it had a hammer and sickle on its chest, wouldn't you?
I'm just wondering what deserving turkey came in sixth place from a legitimate child.
I think fifth place is invented. If you look at the other categories, it's not there. I think it was, to amuse you personally.
Oh, to amuse me or to appease a tyrant?
Here's the thing.
Well, there's enough of that going on.
I've said this before, but I would put you and Sean Swope one-on-one in a coloring contest of my choosing as far as what we're coloring. If you're willing to do it.
I would like to hear what your topic would be for coloring.
Ooh.
Is this freehand? Is this within the lines?
It would be something I created using AI.
It would
in quite a few prompts.
A chimera?
You'd have some landmarks in it, some local landmarks.
A griffin, perhaps? Would it be the Chronicle is a shit-spewing pig mural from
It could be.
street?
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. The tragedy of 1919.
I would fail because I could never depict this fine newspaper in such utter disdain.
I don't know. It's real easy to sit on your high horse and mock this work of art that was produced here meticulously. I want to see you color. Let's see it.
You know what? There's a.
Make sure you have your reds and your yellows and everything you need to make a nice
my reds and my
patriotic
yellows.
Flag of some sort.
Anyway, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. You know what? I will say Lucy got first prize.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a turkey.
And that's just for the 13+ age group. I believe there were 4 age groups.
Yeah.
Is this the next segment? Are you going to dunk on the 2-year-olds for not doing it properly?
No, I would never. Shall we talk? We talked flooding already a little bit, but do you want to give me the roundup from last week?
Yeah, the long and short of it is Cowlitz River and Newaukum River did some serious flooding. Newaukum River got some houses over there on Labrie, Rice Road. There's some evacuations there. There was the whole incident at Rush Road where, just from my investigatory eye, it looks like it filled up with water and 5 people were like, well, what if I drove into it? And they did, and so they all had to be rescued, including a semi-truck. That was, it's kind of a dark mark, I feel like, on our flood cred.
We discussed this. I don't know if you got a firm answer on this, but was it dark when this occurred?
Yeah, it was overnight.
Okay. That makes it, a little more understandable.
Still, I'm just there had probably been one car in at least. Okay, the first person, then, yeah, it's they probably didn't know. They drove in. But if you came in the second car, you'd think, hey, that's a car submerged over there.
And even then, your headlights would reflect off the long, wide surface of...
So there was that flooding. The serious stuff was out on the Cowlitz at Randall and Packwood. Packwood, there's some neighborhoods up in the upper river area north of Packwood that flooded pretty bad. We have some photos of a couple houses with the foundations washed out from under them or overhanging now. And we have heard a few reports of there being forests dividing the river from neighborhoods, and now those forests are gone. And then, people having to be rescued. We had Ridley and Owen were out in Randall when they heard a gentleman lean out of a fifth wheel and just yell for help. They had been there the whole time. Apparently, this person just woke up, and the Swiftwater team had to come in. The Packwood chief said there was about 60 rescues, and he was mostly just frustrated that people don't listen.
Yeah, that was his quote. Lewis County Fire District 10 Chief Lonnie Goebel, quote, "The bad thing is people just don't listen because everyone was warned before this all started. It's either a day of inconvenience for people to leave their home and then come back or be stubborn and pay the consequences." And a good sentiment from him, for sure.
It's also nobody could really say they weren't warned. The county specifically, before the flooding got super serious, was for instance, you need to get out of Cascade Peaks Campground in Packwood, but yet there were still rescues that had to be held there. They said, get away from the river, and there's still a guy parked right on the river in his fifth wheel that didn't realize it was flooding until it's halfway up the panels of his RV. That would be frustrating.
Yeah, I agree.
The Weather Service, too, I feel like with this weather event specifically, they were out in front a week and a half before being it's going to get really bad. And most comments I saw were just like, it's December, it rains, it's Washington. Lots of laughing emojis and stuff.
Yeah, people don't take it very seriously, and it does make life hard on the emergency managers.
Yeah, I'm sure it's very frustrating.
Who, take this very seriously and do a great job, and always have, and then have to come in and like Lonnie Goebel.
Yeah. But for now, so it's, I don't know when you plan on publishing this, but it's Tuesday now. Wednesday, at Randall, Cowlitz River is supposed to get back up to moderate flooding again. But elsewhere, it's not really supposed to do a whole lot. The water's going to get up a little higher with this new rain, but it's not projected to cause flooding like it did in Lewis County last week. Up north, that's a whole different deck of cards.
Yeah.
They've got all sorts of craziness.
Skagit Valley's in pretty rough shape.
Not just there. I mean, Auburn, Pacific... maybe those are all in the Skagit Valley. My geography's poor. I just know up north, they're having a hard time.
All right. Next item, Wilson bill would permit voluntary contributions for sea lion control. This was not what I expected. I really thought that by voluntary contributions, Wilson was doing a wink, wink, nudge, nudge of just letting people shoot sea lions of their own accord.
I also thought that when I saw the headline, too. This is a Daily World story. When I saw the headline, I was like, oh, snap. He's proposing we all just get our gats and head on down there.
Just like throw a dollar in the box and you get to shoot you a sea lion. But no, this is from Jeff Wilson. He says, the attorneys tell me we can't do a GoFundMe to save the salmon, but I think this will work even better. There are many of us who feel passionately about protecting our salmon runs, and this bill would give us a chance to contribute to the cause. It is basically a GoFundMe to save the salmon, just like through legal channels.
Yeah, and it also was expanding the effort to the Cowlitz River, if I understand, was the other part of it.
Sure.
So we can shoot them there. But yeah, no, I agree. I thought that's what it was. People seem to be, complimentary of the effort, though. It's something, at least. People really do want those sea lions to pay for what they've done to our salmon, though.
That's true. Those salmon belong to the people who want to eat them, not the sea lions.
Yes, you're correct. Not the California sea lions.
Yeah,
this is a bipartisan issue.
Californians coming to our states and eating our salmon.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Sick of it, really.
All right. Next item. After flooding subsidies, Lewis County officials worked to waive fees for water testing and address waste disposal.
That's flooding subsides, not subsidies.
After flooding. Oh, yeah. Subside. I thought they were
little
doing
typo
subsidies.
with your speaking there, Mr. Likes to point out my actual typos.
Most notably, county staff asked Commissioners Lindsay Pollock and Scott Brummer to consider a resolution to waive a $65 fee per water testing sample, as Mia Handlin, Director of County Public Health and Social Services, said the county is unable to fund this through its currently available grant funding. Sounds like a useful, use of county funds.
I think this is pretty standard for post-flood. And I think the county is really good at dealing with floods. They knew the water's already still high. We're not out of the flooding yet, but we should probably start talking about what to do when it does come down. And there's a lot of trash, maybe some trashed RVs, stuff like that. Reuben King went to the meeting last week when they were beginning to talk about it, and I was impressed that they weren't waiting for the water to come down for these things all to become issues. It seemed like the county knew we can get out ahead of this and decide on water testing, make sure people's septic tanks and wells are clean, and on how to get rid of all the trash. Good job, county.
Two commissioners mentioned there. Where was the third? Was there a jump rope contest down the street at the elementary school they had to compete in? Or
your hatred.
And then my last one, reporters at McClatchy-owned newspapers in the Pacific Northwest raise alarm about companies' AI use. Rosane, your boy, do you want to walk me through this?
Eric Rosane is the secretary for the Washington State News Guild, if I'm remembering correctly. Also former reporter here at the Chronicle. He works at the Tri-City Herald now, which is one of, four McClatchy newspapers in Washington State. So there's Tri-City Herald, Bellingham Herald,
the Olympian and the TNT.
Peninsula Gateway as well, so I guess you could say 5. I got a news release from the News Guild. He's the one quoted in there, and basically the News Guild, which is the union representing the reporters, photographers, and such of McClatchy, saying that McClatchy's trying to make them do shady stuff with AI, or at least not banning shady stuff that they might have to do later. Some of the more surprising ones was like publishing stories with the bylines of reporters based on their writing style, but stuff that they didn't actually do. Podcasts with the voices of the reporters that they were.
Really?
Yeah, these were among the allegations by the News Guild. I think
those allegations are terrible, and this newspaper would never.
I mean, this coverage area has one AI podcast if you really want to go listen to it, and it is whatever the opposite of enlightening is. But no, I appreciate Roseanne being out on the tip here. She said, we are living in a time when it is more important than ever for people to have factual media sources they trust. McClatchy is trying to give that trust away and hopes no one will notice, or worse, care. And then we spoke to a News Tribune journalist as well who kind of reiterated some of the same stuff. It's in the context of a union negotiation, so I do think that's why I kind of carved that caveat. I think some of it is trying to prevent stuff from happening later that might come into play, and maybe McClatchy's like, well, we don't want to make any promises because we fully intend on using it in any way we can.
Any other news items, or you want to save those for the end?
No, we can take a look at Cronline here. We had a bunch of fires in the last couple of days. Structure fire out on Yetter Lane. I just posted about that. That's east of Napavine, other side of the freeway, kind of just below Mary's Corner. Funny Farm pops up if you look at it.
All right.
There's no injuries there. We also had a fire on Magnolia right after the lighted Christmas or lighted tractor parade on Saturday.
Oh, right.
Here in Centralia. And then there was another fire off of Harrison Avenue yesterday. In all three of those cases, the residents were displaced, the structure more or less destroyed. At least it was considered a complete loss, but there were no injuries, and the American Red Cross is helping out on a couple of those.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I can go through the rest of them at the end. That's fine.
All right, we'll take a break and be right back.
Hi, this is Jeff and Julie from Fairway Lanes.
Jeff and I met JSIC of Summit Funding at our bowling center, so when we fell in love with this community and it was time to relocate, we knew we would be calling Summit Funding.
They understand that everyone has a unique situation when buying a home.
He had already helped 2 of our employees get into their own homes. The Summit Funding team exceeded our expectations. It was a seamless experience with great communication from his whole team.
Thank you to Summit Funding for making our buying experience special and memorable.
All right, we're back. It's time for segments, and first up is Tales from the Takes page. What's on your opinion section?
Oh, you didn't look? There's no notes for this?
No notes. I figured you'd be weak.
We got Lewis County Commissioner offers message of gratitude in the wake of storms from Scott Brummer. It was very similar to the column from Sean Swope over the weekend of the same nature. I think Commissioner Swope was out in East County for a lot of the flooding, hanging out at the Keona station where the sheriff's office Swiftwater Rescue Team was waiting. Mm-hmm. John Braun had a column, good news for area power plant, but trouble remains, talking about the announced transition at TransAlta to convert one of their units to basically use natural gas instead of coal. He's saying there's still going to be a big hole in the grid because we can't burn that good old-fashioned old man TransAlta product anymore. Which is a true shame.
Tell him to keep our boy's name out of his mouth.
You know, I thought this whole time, at some point in this Trump administration, they'd be like, we're burning coal again. That TransAlta would just fire back up. I don't think that's going to happen.
Traditional American powerhouse company TransAlta.
Yes, as American as that turkey.
Yeah, it was still one of my favorite commenter moments. Like, why don't we keep American companies in there? It's like, well, come on.
They're Canadian, eh? They've been good. They've been good guests.
They have been. Yeah, old man TransAlta is always welcome.
You're just trying to get a Christmas present. That's not happening anymore.
What if we just get
old man TransAlta's on a budget?
He just sends us a tube of natural gas.
Some hydrogen. It's his natural gas. Let's see, what else did we have here? Wayne Fournier, Commissioner Wayne Fournier gave a year-end thank you to those who stepped up to serve, folks who run for office, things of that nature. People with courage beyond what you could muster, Aaron. You have been asked to run for office, and you have declined.
It's true.
Just won't do it. Julie McDonald had a nice column about Sharon Nordquist, a local woman who passed away recently. Her graveside service is planned for December 19th, about her experience in Vietnam, etc. And that one's titled Cherish the Heroes We Walk Alongside Every Day, something I always try to tell Aaron to remember. I won't be here forever, Aaron.
That's true, yeah.
Some letters. The Votebergs had their Voteberg family Christmas night of worship, joy and God's hand at work. I know you hate that one.
There was a letter. I love these letter to the editors. Letter to the editor. Letter writer misses the target once again. Just going back and forth.
Yeah, that's, oh gosh, who was that? It was in response to Marty Ansley, everyone's least favorite letter writer if you're of a conservative
that was Ray
persuasion.
Anderson out in Ethel.
Yeah, they've been trading barbs there for a while. I like a good ongoing back and forth letter feud. Looks like that one is. And usually those back and forth ones, they're about stuff that is not in the Chronicle. We haven't been reporting on the Pacific strikes, but you keep writing about it. That's fine.
All right. New segment, History Should Repeat Itself. In December of 1965, 4 Lewis County residents were fined and sentenced to charges related to production, possession, and distribution of moonshine.
I'll be.
Where are my don't tread at me boys at? This is bullshit. The men arrested.
65, pretty late for moonshine. They're still doing it, though, I've heard.
Yeah, it's out there. Alva Woodall of Cosmos, Ted England of Mossy Rock, Claude Lester of Mossy Rock, and Edward Brees. You don't see a lot of guys named Claude or Alva anymore.
Yeah.
Or not a lot of Teds either.
No.
Well, there's Theodore. I guess that's Ted now.
You just saw Theo like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's upstairs.
Yeah, you accused him of being a dog.
Well, I couldn't see him from the angle I was at.
He was a baby.
The men were sentenced to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine on each count. The fines and sentences were suspended pending good future behavior. So they're basically out on probation.
Mm-hmm.
The court pointed out the offenses were the first for the defendants. Surely the first time they've ever moonshined.
We're never going to have a better booze-related history item than the booze club right after Prohibition was lifted, where they're just sitting in booze around to each other, and just the writer was just having a time of his life writing about it.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Good one, though. It's fine.
If you were going to produce moonshine, what is one thing you would want over your head?
You want to have a sturdy roof over your still.
You don't want any water, any rainwater leaking into your beautiful shine. So you got to call the roof doctor, which asks, is your roof under the weather? And if it is, feed it a little moonshine. The Roof Doctor awaits your house calls. Visit theroofdoctor.com to learn all about their services and everywhere they can help you out and everything on top of roofs that they provide, like solar or repairs or other home services, even decks and patios, siding installation, windows, doors, remodeling. The Roof Doctor, your one-stop, get your roof and some other shit fixed.
We would be remiss not to mention in every single spot that they are the people's choice of best roofing company according to the perfect Best of Lewis County voting process.
It has never missed. It
has never missed, except for in previous years where Roof Doctor did not win.
The only times.
And there's nowhere on their website, I've also looked, where they say they will not put a roof on your moonshine still. They do not say that explicitly.
I'm sure you could work out a deal with them. Like, hey, you wet the beak a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, People's Champion of the Week. I don't have one.
Let's just go with an easy one and a good one. Not just because it's easy doesn't mean it's not good. Roman Wagner, who was the Grand Marshal of the Lighted Christmas Parade.
Lighted Tractor Parade,
Lighted Tractor Parade. Man, I get thrown off because Napa Vine has their Lighted Tractor Parade. He rode in the Centralia Police Department armored IMRAB, the old vehicle with his family, and I thought that was a good choice. We could also go with the Centralia Police Department itself because, once again, they have bested their Chehalis counterparts in the annual friendly donation competition with the Salvation Army.
They just care more.
Jacob Moore's intrepid reporting noted that Chehalis collected more cash and coins. However, someone angled up to the Centralia Salvation Army and made a donation of $2,500 with a check that took Centralia over the top. Who do you think that was? Let's guess who the philanthropist was.
I haven't an idea.
I don't know. I will say that Sean Swope was pictured there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. He was present, so that puts him in the pool.
Oh, wow. That's the exact amount you win for a fifth place turkey
You win nothing for fifth place. Third place gets you $15. First place, $40. Second place, $25. Too hung up on the coloring contest, man.
Look, the coloring contest is hilarious.
I think Centralia is undefeated in these competitions.
Yeah.
Not positive, but take the wins. That's 2 wins in a row because I've got the Tractor Parade over the Santa Parade in the last week, too.
All right. Sirens Banger of the Week. 2 subjects were arrested on Borst Avenue at 9:50 p.m. on December 10th, which would have been Wednesday, and were issued citations for lewd conduct after being found engaging in sexual conduct in a public space. Were they in a car? Were they just on the sidewalk? What was going on?
It was just a sirens report or a press log report from the police. We did not dig further in to find out what they were doing.
Where's the flock cameras on this one?
I want to see the flock camera of this behavior taking place, and then we'll look really closely, and John McCroskey's driving by in his truck, just shaking his head like, the things you see on the road.
Do you want to talk Chehalis Outfitters?
Yeah, we can talk Chehalis Outfitters.
What's Kelly up to?
Well, just, let me just let me pop over there. I know they have their Christmas sale that's ongoing now.
It is the season of savings.
Okay,
Don't call it a Christmas sale.
Season
it's open to people who celebrate all holidays.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Well, they're still selling Christmas trees. Do you have a Christmas tree?
I do not have a Christmas tree.
You could rectify that.
I'm just gonna wait for
You're a parade man now.
your family to go on vacation and ask me to watch the dog, and I'm gonna Grinch that tree right out of there.
Oh, I could let you borrow one of our inflatables. You could have the Mandalorian. Grogu, our giant gator. They're all
your yard is quite
posted
populated
right next to the nativity scene.
Season of savings, 40% off Christmas lights and decorations, 30% off Christmas candy, eh? Mm-hmm. Got some baby buckers. You got a baby, you can get some $10 shoe, $10 off baby boots.
That's true. Their holiday hours are December 20th, 22nd, and 23rd from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and December 21st and 24th from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., which is when the sale expires. It runs through Christmas Eve, and they're going to have a banger New Year's sale, I bet, right after this.
They got arcade belts over there.
Kelly manager Kelly Erb never does not have a sale going on. There's always some sort of reason to go in there.
There's always some kind of deals to be had.
Get your waders and your bibs. Your 3-piece rain set, $49.95. Well, that's a pretty good deal.
That's pretty sharp.
Having a lot of rain here lately. And get some socks. Logo socks.
Sunbird logo socks?
I wouldn't be caught dead in anything else, to be honest.
All right. Yeah, check out Shayla's Outfitters for all of your... Oh, my God. You'll never believe it. I don't even think I should tell you this. You're going to run right out of this podcast studio and get over there because it's the lowest firearm prices of the year.
I just saw that. You can get some cheap guns. You can also get some knives. Get some of those.
What is this Eagle Camp? Is this like a radar thing?
I don't know. You get a salmon steelhead rod by Ugly Stick for $59.95.
You get the game of Scrabble.
Oh, we got Scrabble in there.
Animal Crossing Monopoly.
Yeah, go to Shayla's Outfitters for all your last-minute holiday needs. We were discussing this. We had the wife and I had to spread out the gifts last night and have an eyeball it. Is it enough?
Yeah,
felt like it wasn't. So,
they got an archery set for $8.95 in case you need to compete with some Cub Scouts.
I'll probably get each of my children a firearm for Christmas.
You should.
I think they're all at that age. 2, 9, 11.
Yeah, they got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
In the Old West, they'd be, out hunting on their own at those ages, especially the 2-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't have any Facebook comments of the week. I regret to inform you.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's been some good ones.
Do you want to look through the rest of the news?
Yeah, we'll just take a peruse here. This is from the Daily News. Actually, it's from Euro News. Army Corps says dredging most of Cowlitz River is not a realistic option despite recent flooding. I just thought this one was funny because they talked to the Army Corps, and the story starts out with everyone down there thinks it would help flooding a lot if they dredged the river, specifically kind of where it goes into the Columbia. And they get a hold of the Army Corps guy who says, no. And then he says, if we start doing one, then we have to do it for everybody. And then everybody's going to want dredging. Which I thought the reasoning was just like, no, we just can't. It would be effective, sure, but then everybody's going to want it. We can't do it.
I read the headline as I can't build you a candy house. It would melt in the rain.
That's how the guys sounded. It's like, it's just not feasible. It's a lot of work. Yes, it would work, but we're not going to do it. Let's see what else we got here. Plaque was dedicated to the former Profit Building, or I guess it's still called the Profit Building. This is the O'Blarney's building, by the way.
Profit Building. That's kind of what we do with our advertisers.
They profit off of us at O'Blarney's. Profit's department store once occupied the space, so they had some family members of the founder of the store, and then also some former employees, and they just put a historical plaque on there. I thought it was cool. I love to see the O'Blarney's building get its due recognition.
What is the name of that building?
They called it the Profit Building.
Okay.
Currently, it's O'Blarney's at the Gibson House.
The Gibson House.
And it was the Profit Building because it had the Profit's department store in it at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And there's still a lot of profits around here. Double F, double T, profit.
Yeah. Not a lot of profits, single F.
So we had
single
that.
T.
There's a positive case of avian influenza confirmed in Lewis County.
Oh, you were hanging out at the wet market again, were you?
Check your chickens, sir. Oh, gosh, let's see what else we got here. This was a fun one. I ran it. It was from The Reflector, our sister newspaper in Battleground. But Cade Barker, the journalist, one of the journalists down there, went down to the Lewis River. I think it was the Lewis River. East Fork Lewis River, and he was like, I'll get some pictures of this high floodwater. And he was taking pictures, and a guy just walks up next to him and disrobes and jumps into the floodwater and takes a dunk. And so he got some photos, ended up connecting with the guy who cited his Navajo roots, also his Christian faith, and his enjoyment of cold water immersion. And it made for a nice little photo spread. People liked it online, except for I saw a former Chronicle photographer, Mike Salisbury, who loves to hate in the comments, was just like, cold water immersion, not newsworthy. It's kind of fun, though. People liked it. Well, we got some clam digging days coming up, so that's exciting. And then you asked about this earlier. Winlock City Council has gone ahead to create the new city administrator position that caused some controversy a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they're getting an admin in there.
Yeah. The allegation by some was that Brandon Svensson, the current mayor who lost his race to Victoria Marinson in November, was wanting this for himself. He said at the meeting he does not want the job unless somebody else wants him to take it, and then he'd be totally interested, probably.
Ha ha ha, just kidding. Unless one of those situations.
He was like tucking it like Commissioner Gordon, who said it's too soon, but it was his application for city administrator. I couldn't possibly do that right now. Yeah, there's lots of other news in there, but that'll work for now.
All right, let's wrap it up there. In closing, we're sponsored by Summit Funding, Shadeless Outfitters, and The Roof Doctor. Leave a review and rating on Apple Podcast if you so desire, or send us an email at chroniclenewsdump@gmail.com. And in case we get sidetracked and don't record again, we are going to record next week. We're supposed to have a secret guest.
Oh, yeah, that's
Remember?
Right.
We're both very excited.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be great.
Best guest ever.
Anyway, we will talk to you next week.